Hello students, how are you all? I just hope that you all are safe at your places and you all must be studying at home. Now students, I can still find that some students, they are sending their home assignments to my old email addresses. My email address of chemistry and biology, both are changed, and I've told you earlier in the video also that my chemistry and biology email addresses, they are changed. Kindly send your assignments to my new email addresses. Okay, now let's continue chapter number 1, tissue, and today you're going to study about permanent tissue based on the kinds of cells they have. Okay, and let's see the permanent tissue here based on the kinds of cells. It is of two types: simple permanent tissue and complex permanent tissue. Okay, now permanent tissue, you know, I've told you that these are the types of tissue that have lost their ability to divide. They no longer divide at all, and they have attained some size and shape. Okay, so permanent tissue, they are of two types: simple permanent tissue and complex permanent tissue. Now simple permanent tissue are the types of tissue which are composed of or are made up of only one kind of cells, and these kinds of tissue, they are protective and supportive in function. Now complex permanent tissue are the types of tissue that are made up of more than one type of cells, and they are actually conducting tissue. They help in transporting food and minerals to other parts of the plants. Okay, now simple permanent tissue, they are of three types: parenchyma, collenchyma, sclerenchyma. Again, parenchyma, collenchyma, sclerenchyma. Okay, then comes complex permanent tissue. Now complex permanent tissue are the types of tissue which are composed of or which are made up of more than one type of cells. And this type of tissue, they are actually the conducting tissue, and they help in transporting food and water to other parts of the plant. Okay, now complex permanent tissue, they are of two types: xylem and phloem. Okay, now let us study one by one in detail about the types of permanent tissue. Okay, now let us start here with the simple and complex permanent tissue. Let's study about the simple permanent tissue and its types. Now simple permanent tissue are the types of tissue which is composed of similar cells or one type of cells. Okay, now it has got three types. They are parenchyma, collenchyma and sclerenchyma. Now we are going to study about these three types of tissues by comparing the three types of tissues. Okay, so see the differences between parenchyma, collenchyma, sclerenchyma. Okay, so the first difference is that parenchyma, they are living cells and with thin cell walls. Now here is the structure of, now see here, this is the structure of parenchyma cells, and this is the structure of collenchyma, and that one is of sclerenchyma. Okay, now the first comparison is that parenchyma, they are the living cells with thin cell walls. Okay, collenchyma, they are the living cells with slightly thick cell walls, and sclerenchyma, they are the types of cells, they are not living cells, they are dead cells, unlike parenchyma, collenchyma, which are living cells. Sclerenchyma, they are the dead cells, and they have thick cell walls. Okay, now the second comparison is that parenchyma cells, they are uniformly thin and they are loosely packed with large intercellular spaces between the cells. Okay, now you can see here in the structure also, these are parenchyma cells, and you can see large intercellular spaces between them, and their wall is thin. Okay, and here collenchyma, they are the cells, they are elongated cells. Okay, here is the structure of collenchyma cells. There you can see they are elongated and they are thick at the corners. Okay, they are thick at the corners and they have little intercellular spaces between them. Then comes sclerenchyma. Okay, now cells of sclerenchyma, they are long, they are narrow and they are thick, very thick. They have no intercellular spaces between them. As you can see here, there is no intercellular spaces between them and cell wall is very thick, extremely thick. Now then the third comparison is that parenchyma cells, they are present in softer parts of the plant such as leaf, flowers, fruits. Third difference is that it is present in growing stems and leaves of the plants. Okay. Now the third difference of sclerenchyma is that it is present in or it is found in hard parts of the plant. Since they are dead tissue, they are found in hard parts of the plant like husk of coconut. Then the fourth difference between parenchyma, collenchyma and sclerenchyma is that it provides, parenchyma tissue, it provides support and stores food. Parenchyma tissue, they not only support the plant, they also store food material. For example, potato. Potato is a stem, but because of the parenchyma tissue that are present in the it store food. Then comes the fourth one is collenchyma. It provides mechanical support and elasticity. Now collenchyma cells, since they provide mechanical support and elasticity, because of them stems and leaves, they can bend easily. They cannot break, they can bend easily, okay, because of collenchyma cells. Now then comes fourth difference of sclerenchyma, that it provides rigidity and strength to plant parts. Now sclerenchyma cells, they withstand with plants against various mechanical strains, okay. So they provide mechanical strength and rigidity to the plant. And here are the structure of the three types of tissue. This one is parenchyma. As you can see here, the cells, they are living, but they have thin walled cells. These are thin walled cells. As you can see, these have a little thick wall, and these sclerenchyma cells have very thick wall, okay. Then comes that you can see these cells, they are uniformly thin, okay, and they are loosely packed, and you can see intercellular spaces between the cells. And here you can see in case of collenchyma, they are elongated and they are little thick, and there are little intercellular spaces between them. Whereas in sclerenchyma, they are elongated, they are very thick wall, extremely thick wall cells, and they do not have any intercellular spaces, okay. So these are the three differences between parenchyma, collenchyma and sclerenchyma. Now students, let us study about the complex permanent tissue, okay. Now complex permanent tissue, they consist of more than one type of cells, okay, and they are also just like phloem, they are also conducting tissues, also known as vascular tissues, okay. Now complex permanent tissue, they are of two types. What are they? Xylem and phloem. Now let us compare both the types of tissues and let's see the differences between the two, okay. So let's compare here. Let's start here with the first point. First is that xylem, it consists of dead cells, okay, whereas phloem, it consists of living cells. The second comparison is the cell walls of xylem tissue, they are thick, while the cell walls of phloem tissue, they are thin. Then the third one is that xylem transports water and minerals from roots to the different parts of the plant. That means the movement is upward. Now here is the plant, and you can see these are the roots. So what xylem does, it takes water and minerals from the soil and then it transport it to the in the upward direction to all the to all the parts of the plant. Okay, so the movement is unidirectional. Okay, here in case of xylem. So here in case of phloem, food from leaves. Now phloem, what it does, it takes food from leaves and then it transport it to the other parts of the plant. Now, you know, leaves, what they do, they prepare their food, their own food by the process of photosynthesis. Okay, so phloem, what it does, first of all, the plants, what it does, it stores its extra food, prepared food to the sink. Okay, now during the spring season, the food from the sink, then it is transported to the growing areas of the plant. Okay, and this phloem tissue, it takes stored food from the sink to the growing parts of the plant. Okay, so the movement is bidirectional, that is from two direction, that means upward also and downward also. Okay, so in phloem, the movement is bidirectional and it transports food from leaves to growing parts of the plant. Okay, then comes the fourth comparison, that xylem, it comprises of xylem vessels, fiber and tracheates. Okay, and phloem, it consists of, what it comprises of, what is it made of? It is made of phloem fibers, sieve tubes, sieve cells, phloem parenchyma and companion cells. Okay, so here you can see these are the two differences. These are the differences between the two. Okay. Now students, here's the structure of xylem tissue. Now xylem and phloem, as you know, both are conducting tissues, both are vascular tissues, as they transport food, water and minerals to all the parts of the body. Just like in circulatory system in our body, oxygen and food, it is transported through blood vessels, through blood. The same way in plants, food, water and minerals, they are transported from one part to the other through these tissues. Okay, conducting tissues. So here's the structure of xylem, and here you can see these are vessels, these are pits, and these are tracheates. Now xylem has 4 elements in them. Okay, what are these? Tracheates. Here you can see tracheates, vessels. These are vessels. Okay, these are vessels. Then xylem parenchyma and xylem sclerenchyma. Okay, now then we have the second one is phloem tissue. Now phloem, as you can see, it has 4 elements. Phloem is also a conducting tissue, you know. What it does, it transports food materials from leaves to the other parts of the body. Okay, now phloem, it is composed of 4 elements. What are they? The first one is sieve tubes. Okay, these are sieve tubes. Then companion cells. These are companion cells here in the middle. And then we have phloem parenchyma and phloem fibers. Okay,